Howdy, welcome back. Right, let's talk about the first project for the channel. What we have here is a 1962 Silvertone Jupiter. Well, it's a husk of a 1962 Jupiter. There's not much actually left of it. Body, tailpiece is the original scratch plate, and the neck, but this is in a state. I had planned to kind of restore it back to what they should be. I picked this up at a price that I wouldn't be into it too deep if I did go down the full restoration route. Turns out finding parts for it, they're rarer than rocking all shit. Probably should have googled that before I started. But then in doing some researching in where to get the paint from, stuff like that, because I do know someone that has one and it's in his studio and he loves it for that like Queens of Stone Age sort of style tone. Not really my bag at all, but for that he says it's great. In doing the research in the paint and bits and pieces, I came across a picture from a guitar shop, Mamas and Papas or something like that, Mums and Dads guitar shop, something like that. And they had a hot rodded one of these. There's slightly different finish to it, rather than that sort of like really sparse gold speckle sort of thing. Custom pick guards, custom pickups. And it got me thinking more about that. I kind of like that look more. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Rather than going full restoration and putting it back, because it's going to take me years to find the parts to do it, we'll just make something cool. Because I kind of dig like taking hot rods and stuff like that, and well, classic cars, and turning them into hot rods, like putting them on bags, making them wider, stuff like that. So why don't we do it with a guitar? This has had a hard life. At some point someone stripped all the finish off of it and looks like they used a brick. There's a lot of deep scratches in it, there's a lot of deep scratches in the binding. So we need to see whether we can get them scrapes and sanded out, or whether we're going to be rebinding it. And that's going to be a fun one. Fill all these holes because we're going to change the guard. Tempted to either go, because there's a lot of space there, so it's going to be a big bit of plastic, to either fill this so you don't see it and put a 4-way telly switch down there and just volume and tone, or leave the switch there, volume, tone, and put like an onboard fuzz pedal with some roller doodads on it. That's kind of tickling my fancy at the minute. So that might be a look. I might reach out to a couple of pedal guys and see what can be done, because they're cleverer than I am when it comes to all that sort of stuff. But there's a fair chunk of space to put something, so we could make something cool work, which I'm starting to think about. The neck is a state. At some point someone's taken out, well, they're falling out, the 3rd and 7th inlays and filled them with epoxy really badly. We've packed something in there, so they need to come out. I think at some point it's been lacquered and then kind of scraped back, because that's not all just wear. The fret ends and the fretting is generally terrible. Again, whoever stripped the body back, I think they took too much off the face, because there's like a weird dip going on there. It just seems a bit on the thin side, so I've got a funny feeling we're going to need some filler in there, because there's like a little whoop going on in there, and probably some sort of faceplate sticking over the top of it just to help pull it back up by a couple of 3mm. They're not the original tuners. 5 are old, 1's a Grover. So pull all them out, fill a bunch of holes, and we'll put something a little bit better in there. Suppose should really find out if the truss rod works, shouldn't we? Because I haven't actually checked that yet. So let's see if that works. Talk amongst yourselves. What would you guys do? Would you go restoration, or would you turn it into a cool older hot roddy type of thing? Leave your comments below. Is that what YouTubers say? I think so, isn't it? That doesn't fit. That fits. It moves. You can hear it moving. Stay. Is it actually doing anything? I think it is, but it's not. Well, that's not right. So, with the truss rod completely backed off, because it's just a single action, we've got quite a bit of backbone. Unless we're going to be running like 1356s tuned to standard, that's probably not going to pull it flat. So, as we're pulling the frets anyway, we're going to be pulling the inlays and whatnot, and I need to clean up the radius on the board, because for the most part it's 12 except for the ends, and they're properly rounded over, which is probably why the fret ends are so shit and they're like razor sharp. So I can probably take most of that out. If I pull the frets and have a look, I might need to give it a heat press, give it a bit of a bend, and then some sanding. But yeah, we're not too worried about that. We can sort that out. We can sort that out. I can sort that out. You guys get to watch. Yeah, let me bring you in on shaky cam, and yeah, give you a closer look at the neck and the body and what we need to be doing. Right then, I think you can see from there. Close-up view of what's going on with the neck. Let's see what I mean about them inlays. That's the actual inlay, which is not great, but that's definitely been packed full of something else. That's all the weirdness going on at the top. You see how thin the headstock is? How thick is that? Let's find out. Yeah. 13 and a bit mil, but we've got to do some sanding on it. So probably want another couple of mil on there, really, don't we? Maybe just put like an ebony head plate over it and that'll be okay. Lots of holes to fill, lots of this ugly finish to take off. Let's see if I can get this in focus for you. There you go. You see what I mean about the fret ends? Not great. That's what's going on down the end of the body. At some point it's taken a massive whack because someone's packed a lot of sawdust and glue in that hole. Big old crack running up through there, so luckily we can get access to inside, so if we need to give it a cleat we can put a cleat in it, that's no bother. Yeah, let's have a look at the binding. There's some really bad bits, there's some bad bits. Is that just washing it out? Can I turn the light down? Can I be a professional? Can you see that any better? Who knows? Yeah, but that's pretty badly scuffed up, so we'll see if we can get that scraped out. Yeah, other than those bits, it's not actually in bad nick. But we're going to spray it in a black metallic, so bit of filler and you'll never know. Right then, let's see how well this cleans up with a bit of scraping. Careful when you're clamping a hollow body that you don't just crush it. That's cleaning up alright. Whatever is on it, or finished with, smells like shit when you're scraping it. I think I'll stop that and put a mask on when we do the rest. But yeah, luckily that's cleaning up alright. So, fingers crossed we haven't got to pull the binding and rebind it, which would be nice. And that'll save us a job. Right. I'll do the rest of that. There's a lot of deep scratches in there, so we might still have to do it. We'll find out. I'll do the rest of that off camera because that's going to be dull to watch, isn't it? Next thing we'll get on to, going to be the neck. We'll go through pulling the frets, pulling the inlays, seeing what's in the miscellaneous 3rd and 7th inlay. And have a look at doing the putting a radius back on it, taking out some of the back bolts in it as well. Yeah, that sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. On to the next one.